Bankruptcy.
A stunning fall.
Major restructuring. Debt is piling up.
As EB was talking about this Ryan Matta video, by the way, I want to be clear on this. We're sending him a cease and desist, and we will also probably be suing him because we never got paid a dime for talking about Costa. Just so everybody's clear on that. We never were paid a dime talking about Costa. I know Carl very well, and I like him, and I think it's eventually going to be successful. So you can't make up lies about people and get away with it. And there's people finding out that right now. Can't make up lies about this channel. I will not stand for it, just so people understand. And so really, what happens is you have these people, they're wolves in sheep's clothing. And that's exactly what that guy is. He's making up accusations for clicks. He's the worst kind of person, the lowest common denominator. So if he can provide proof, then that would be great. But he can't because it doesn't exist. So just so you guys know, I'm coming after that guy.
A quick last question. I think it might have came up. You were Hillary Clinton's CFO in the campaign, right?
It's part of my history.
Were you? Yes or no?
In 2016.
Did you facilitate the payment for the Steele dossier since you were CFO of the Hillary Clinton campaign?
Sir.
Sure. Yes or no?
Sir.
Yes or no?
That was not.
You're under oath, Chairman Gensler. Yes or no?
I know.
The collapse of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX is, even if you're not interested in cryptocurrency, a history-changing event. It may turn out to be the biggest single-day loss of assets in the history of money.
First, you were Clinton's finance director in 2016, Hillary Clinton's finance director. Second, you hired anti-Trump enforcement director Grewal in July of 2021. Third, you brought in Ms. Barbero, who was the litigator on 2 House impeachment trials against Donald Trump. You have another enforcement counsel who was married to Peter Strzok. In November of 2021, Senator Warren urged you to investigate the SPAC merger involving Donald Trump's Truth Social company. And in December of 2021, just a few weeks later, you guys launched an investigation using a novel legal theory against the former president's social media company. That is some coincidence, isn't it, Mr. Gensler?
Senator, it is good to meet you in person.
Senator, it is good to meet you in person.
But I think you're not correct.
What was I not correct about there?
Billions of dollars evaporated in just moments, and it's still not clear what happened to a lot of that money. It just disappeared. And as it did, it sparked a growing financial crisis across entire sectors of the economy, a disaster that quite possibly could get worse very soon. But the story of the FTX implosion is bigger even than the global recession it may cause. It is the story of the complete and utter corruption of the people who run our country. The very people who should have been covering and regulating and reining in FTX and its 30-year-old founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, were instead profiting from the scam. Not just a few of them, nearly all of them. From the news media, paid off by Sam Bankman-Fried, to the leadership of the Democratic Party, also paid off by Sam Bankman-Fried, to the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC commissioner himself, Gary Gensler. They all knew that FTX was not a real company and that Sam Bankman-Fried was a fraud.
remember this. The only wrong exposure to Bitcoin is having 0% exposure, okay? Please remember that.
Bitcoin, you said you spoke at a conference, you bought some of it for your kids last year. You more than doubled your money if you're still holding. Are you still holding? I mean, let's just have a little fun here to end the segment.
Yeah, I am. I'm still holding. My kids are very, very happy about it.
Yeah, what's Bitcoin's real role? There are members of Congress, both parties, I believe, that think it should be banned.
Yeah, I mean, they want it banned because they're being paid by BlackRock and Morgan and all the big globalist banking monopolies that are making money on inflation and making money by the Fed printing money. But American people, the American middle class, is getting rolled, and the off-ramp from that, from the money printing machine is Bitcoin. Because it is hard currency. And we need to make it transactionally available to the middle class. We need to make sure that people who want to protect themselves against inflation can have this, but also that they have transactional freedom. That the government is not, able now to digitalize our currencies and like they did in Canada. Yeah. And when the truckers disobeyed, when the truckers protested peacefully, their bank accounts were shut down. And they couldn't pay their mortgages. They couldn't pay for their children's education. The government could control their speech by controlling their transactional freedom. And, transactional freedom is as important as freedom of speech. And you only get that from Bitcoin. We're not going to get that, as long as the government controls our digitalized currency.
This is the footwear of the central bankers of the world, okay? We live in a f***ing clown show, and your kids are going to suffer from it because of the idiots that are managing monetary policy globally. Why do I say that? Very simply, the debt spiral is unsustainable. It's only grade 11 mathematics, and it's like these retards, you're not supposed to say that, but I gotta call it out for the kids, have not done their grade 11 math, okay? Horrible but true. They're compromising our future.
You can actually control and own your money. You can actually have your money, right? How else are you gonna have it? In cash? And then you gotta deal with the inflation? How difficult is it to move serious cash? I had to send, it's about 4 years ago, I sent $900,000 to Qatar for a completely legal reason.
Why?
I wanted to buy a property. So I was involved in the purchasing of a property in Qatar. Do you believe the backflips, the paperwork, the legal nightmare? I swear to God, I was put on a travel list because for about a year after that, I was stopped at every airport. Just for a bank transfer, right? No problem with Bitcoin, no problem. So it fixes a whole bunch of problems, cryptocurrencies. It certainly does. And I think a lot of people who are forward thinking and believe the things I believe in, it's the only logical conclusion. What else are you gonna do? Trust a bank? Or you trust them? There's nothing else to do with it. I'm actually at the point where, although I do own quite a lot of property, I don't want any more. And I keep getting offered nice property deals, and Tristan's like, should we buy this? It's like, no, I don't even trust the Romanian government or the Russian government. I have property in Moscow. I don't even trust the government anymore. I don't even want a property because if I piss the government off, they're just gonna take it. I don't own it. They say you own it until you annoy the government, then you don't own it, right? So I don't even want property anymore. I'm going full crazy Mr. Blockchain now because it's the only time I feel like I have control over things. And we're losing control at such a rapid rate. I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve. People saying, oh, I'll just buy a house and it's my little house. It's not your little house. You'll see how quickly they'll take your little house from you. Look what they've done so far. They've taken your business from you. You think they want to take your little house? People are not scared enough of the right things. They're scared of Corona. They should be scared of what the government did to them in the name of Corona. That's what they should be. But people aren't logical. People have low IQs. They're slaves. And they're too busy, preoccupied with racism and all this other garbage to keep them split so they can't all get together for 5 seconds and start thinking, wait, this is bullshit. You remember the big Bitcoin crash, $5,400 at the beginning of this Corona thing, when it really, really tanked. Everyone say it's over, all this crap. I put a tweet up that I still retweet to this day saying, you're all pussies. Bitcoin's coming back. I think I said, I'm buying $600,000 today and we can talk when it's at 8,000. So I turned 600 grand to like $12 million. Because I had cash in a bank, and when everything hit the fan, the first thing I thought was, I don't want cash. I want something else. Give me an asset. Okay, well, how can I get an asset that the government can't take? Bitcoin.
Let me explain something to you right now. Okay, here's a $10 bill. This is garbage. This is garbage. Your people in South Africa, you have your rand, right? That's going to zero. That's going to zero. This is going to zero too. Euros are going to zero. The yen's going to zero. The Chinese currency is going to zero. It's all going to zero against Bitcoin. If you don't understand that yet, you're going to be impoverished. You're going to be on the street. You're going to be begging. You're going to be out of business. You're going to be toast.
Max, do you know that it's a criminal offense to tear up?
Do you know that with the Bitcoin I have, I can buy any freaking senator or congressman I want? I make the laws. He who has the Bitcoin makes the laws, Rand. We're not going to just sit around and let the goddamn congressman tell us what to do. We've got the capital. We make the laws. We've got the Bitcoin. They don't. We got it. They don't. Do you understand?
You pledged to block a potential central bank digital currency. Is that about surveillance?
It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. One day you don't have any money in your account. It can be a very dangerous thing.
We are now in a new era of wars, and unless we re-establish order fast, then we are doomed.
Yuval Noah Harari,
one of the brightest minds on planet Earth.
Historian, a best-selling author
of some of the most influential non-fiction books in the world today.
I think we are very near the end of our species because people often spend so much effort trying to gain something without understanding the consequences. For example, we will get to a life where you can live indefinitely, but realizing that you have a chance to live forever. But if there is an accident, you die, the people who will be in that situation will be at a level of anxiety and terror unlike anything that we know. Then you have artificial intelligence, and the world is not ready for it. It's the first technology in history that can make decisions by itself and take power away from us to hack human beings, manipulate our behavior, and making all these decisions for us or about us. Whether to give you a loan, whether to give you a mortgage, dating apps shaping your romantic life. But the real problem is that increasingly the humans at the top could be puppets when the most consequential decisions are made by algorithms. Global financial decisions, wars. This is extremely dangerous, but it's not inevitable. Humans can change it.
But with what's to come, are you optimistic about the future?
I'm very worried about two things.
Well, first of all, this is a dated slide, but look at your top left-hand corner. That's the total U.S. government debt. 30 trillion at the time of this slide. It's now over 31 trillion. But the relevant number is at the bottom right-hand side. $170 trillion of unfunded liabilities in the United States, one country. It will never be paid back. It is mathematically impossible to raise that amount of money. And every single government in the world has the same challenge, okay? $200 trillion combined of funded and unfunded debt the U.S. will never pay back. You need to protect against the debt spiral. It's as simple as this. The average coupon on the debt that they are paying right now is about 1.5%. Guess what the Fed is doing today and doing for the rest of the year for sure? Raising interest rates, effectively increasing the cost of their debt so that it is unsustainable. If the USA were a corporation where I spent my life trading junk bonds, it would be rated CCC. One notch away from bankruptcy. Now here's the crazy thing. The US is the best horse at the glue factory, okay? You guys in Europe are so screwed, it's not funny. I just can't say it any other way, okay? So grade 11 math, you will never pay back your debt.
So let's talk about Edward Snowden, because he predicts that some government is buying up Bitcoin on the sly as a replacement for monetary gold. Here was a prediction on X that he made this week. Prediction: a national government will be revealed this year to have been buying Bitcoin, the modern replacement for monetary gold, without having disclosed that fact publicly. Now, why is that a hot topic right now because Bitcoin is surging up to its all-time high of around $60,000 per Bitcoin after circling the drain for most of the pandemic. It seems to be back. So we're taking bets now on which country it is. Now, El Salvador President Nayib Bukele has been talking about the surge in Bitcoin this week and kind of taking a victory lap. Take a look at this. He says when Bitcoin's market price was low, they wrote literally thousands of articles about our supposed losses. Now that Bitcoin's market price is way up, if we were to sell, we would make over 40%, he says.
Profit.
Of profit, yeah. And our main source of Bitcoin is now our citizenship program. He says we won't sell, of course. And he says, remember this next time they spill lies about El Salvador. Look at what the Associated Press did with his CPAC attendance lately. They're saying he got a rock star welcome at CPAC. When U.S. investor Peter Schiff responded about this Bitcoin tweet, he says, you better talk about these profits after you sell and realize them. President Bukele says, just cry harder. So he's not having it. He's a bit, I want to say, kind of Trumpy, right? He doesn't suffer fools. He says what he thinks. He's a little bit rogue, right?
That like button for us, folks. If you guys are just joining us, smash that like button. We'll be live here right after the pre-show.
Here he is at CPAC. I'm going to bring this back around to the Bitcoin bit because not only does he say these things about cleaning up crime, but he says these things about U.S. financial systems. And watch him drop these truths, and then let's connect it to whether or not this means that the U.S. may be buying Bitcoin on the sly.
When I talk to my conservative friends right here, they always tell me that the problem is high taxes. But they're wrong. Of course, high taxes are extremely high here in the United States. I give you that. You're right in that. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is not the high taxes themselves, but the fact that they are not even really funding the government. Not even those high taxes, higher than a lot of places in the world, not even those taxes are really funding the government. So who's financing the government? Government is financed by treasury bonds, paper. And who buys the treasury bonds? Mostly the Fed. And how does the Fed buy them? By printing money. But what backing does the Fed have for that money being printed? The treasury bonds themselves. So basically, you finance the government by printing money out of thin air. Someone could ask, well, so if the government can print the limited amounts of money out of thin air, why do they collect taxes? I mean, in theory, it would make sense, right? If they can print unlimited amounts of money, why would they need taxes for it? The answer is simple, but it's very shocking. The real problem is that you pay high taxes only to uphold the illusion that you are funding the government, which you are not. It's shocking, but it's true. The government is funded by money printing, paper backed with paper, a bubble that will inevitably burst. The situation is even worse than it seems, because if most Americans and the rest of the world were to become aware of this farce, confidence in your currency would be lost, the dollar would fall, and the Western civilization with it.
So that leads me to wonder, because we know that the US dollar has no foundation, whether or not Bitcoin is being bought up by the United States, as Snowden is talking about. And here's why. I explained this on Twitter yesterday, or X. I'd like it to present it to you now. Did you know that President Eisenhower campaigned with a promise to audit the U.S. gold reserves ounce by ounce? The audit was said to be finished just 7 days after he was inaugurated, but it took them 4 months to publish the report, and it was super fishy. According to the government's own press release, it said all Treasury employees participating in the audit were assigned to activities other than those on which they are regularly employed. That's weird. Why would they not have experts counting the gold? And they never told us how much they actually counted, touched, and weighed. By some estimates, it was as low as 5% of the U.S. stock. Now, experts say that at least 59% of the country's reserves flowed out of Fort Knox in the years since, and we have never been given a straight answer or an accounting. Why is that? And how did we get there? Now, a lot of this comes from this great book, Good as Gold, a fantastic book for a history of how the U.S. citizens were asked to give up their gold, how the United States gave themselves a big raise when they did that, and how then that they sort of pulled the rug out from under the U.S. dollar. I refer you to this. On April 5th, 1933, President Roosevelt, just 1 month in office, outlawed private ownership of all gold. Most in the hands of private hands was gold coins. He said the new decree was, in effect, a confiscation. Those who didn't comply were subject to as much as 10 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Now, those turning in gold were paid the official price of it, which was $20.66. But as soon as they turned it in, the government raised the price to $35, basically giving the government a raise. They had something that was worth $20, and then they said it's all of a sudden worth $35.
Money is a store of value, and there are multiple monies, and they're not created equal. So let me give you the world's worst money. The worst money in the world is like Argentine pesos or Venezuelan bolivars or Zimbabwe dollars or Nigerian naira. Weak money. The official inflation rate in Argentina is 105%. But that's the official rate, which is that understates it. The actual inflation rate would be higher. And if the inflation rate is running 100%, that means your money is losing half of its value every 12 months. That means that within 10 years, you have nothing, okay? So bad money, bad currency or bad money loses all of its value over the course of a few years. In Venezuela, you lose all your value in 36 months. In Argentina, in 10 to 20 years, the Argentine peso was 1 to the dollar 21 years ago. If you had $1 million 21 years ago, the Argentine peso right now is about 480 to the dollar. So that's not a 99% loss. That's a 99.8% loss, right?
In how many years?
21 years. So what I'm saying is you don't have money if you have weak currencies.
Now is when you need to be panicking for money. Not when crypto was spiking and everyone was talking about it and every dummy was making money. Then it's too late. You need to be panicked now, make money now, stack your bags now. Stick to the basics, Ethereum, Bitcoin. The coins are not going to go anywhere. You should be panicked now to buy as much Bitcoin and ETH as possible so in 3 years you can guaranteed retire from life forever. You were panicking more to make money to buy crypto when crypto is reaching all-time highs than you are now when it's on sale. Think about how stupid that is. It's the same coins, the same infrastructure, the same ideals, the same technology. You need to buy now. So now is more important than ever for you to make money. Don't worry about crypto all-time highs and all that kind of crap. You need to make a bunch of money now, urgently, quickly, and start stacking a bag so when the all-time highs come again, you can sell out $25 million. The people who are not panicking to make money now to buy crypto that it's tanked don't understand the world, because those people were panicking to buy it when it was already at the top. That's when they really wanted to get more Bitcoin. Now it's down, they don't want to get it anymore. That is a big mistake. Now is your chance, ladies and gentlemen. I just said this inside the real world yesterday. I said it to all the students. You are making money at the most important time because the entire world is on sale. You need to make money now in the hard time.
That I felt drove a lot of interest in FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried is an American. His parents are American compliance lawyers. There were no other American large exchanges to invest in if you wanted to invest in. We knew, for example,
This sounds like groupthink. Did you know there was no CFO? So the money that you lost, was it all just the money that you were compensated for being a spokesperson for FTX? The 9.7, that was money they gave you, and then you lost. Did you lose any money of your own before you were how much? Before you were compensated?
Well, listen, at the end of the day,
but are you net down from your own net worth, or did you got the 15 million and you lost 9 of the 15 million?
Down. I paid millions in taxes, and I hopefully can recoup those. I paid millions in fees to agents. Are you kidding?
All right.
This has not been a great experience.
But losing 15 million that he gave you to be the spokesperson is a little bit different than.
I listened to the interview that Andrew did with him
So
at
did I.
DealBook, and I thought, that guy's a crook and a liar. You listened to it and said you'd invest money with him again if it turns out there's nothing criminally wrong here. What did you hear that I didn't hear?
It may not fit for Sam Bankman-Fried because we don't know the outcome of what's going to occur.
Yeah, but all I can say is everything he said, I just didn't realize. You didn't realize there was an $8 billion hole. You didn't realize that there was like clients' funds that were being swapped over there. It's not his fault. Like that to me is like, man, that guy is bad news. That's not just you had bad luck. He was lying and manipulating.
You don't know.
There's only one of 3 reasons that anyone on this planet would ever be poor. You're either lazy, you are arrogant, or stupid. Now, we'll start with lazy. Most of you are lazy. In fact, I'd say basically all of you are lazy. You don't understand what work is. You don't understand what work ethic is. You don't understand the ethos of conquer Earth. You don't have fire blood. You don't wake up to go piss at 3:32 a.m. and go, I'm not going back to sleep because I want to make some fucking money. So you're all lazy. You're all arrogant. Because when I sit here as the richest person who's ever fucking wasted his time talking to your fucking dumbass and tells you what to do, you don't fucking listen to me. Oh, well, Tate, maybe he's wrong about you're broke. How can I be wrong when you're in the poor category and I'm in the rich category? I obviously know something you fucking don't, you arrogant dickhead. And the third and least common category is stupid. Most of you are not too stupid to become rich. I could show you how to do it. All you have to stop doing is being arrogant and lazy. So if you sit here and go, well, I'm none of those 3 things, yes, you fucking are, because you're not living the life I live. You are a brokey. If you were none of those 3 things, you'd be here with me in this room, wouldn't you? But you're not, because you are a fucking peon. So look at your bank balance, accept it's not as large as mine, and accept that one of those 3 attributes must apply to you. Find out which one it is and fucking change it.
You're leading this country to its destruction. We've already lost control of the world. The American empire's in free fall right now, and we're going to lose the US dollar. And when that happens, we're going to have real poverty here, like Great Depression level poverty.
The third indispensable element in building the new prosperity is closely related to creating new jobs and halting inflation. We must protect the position of the American dollar as a pillar of monetary stability around the world. Accordingly, I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
Have you
What is up, Rumble? What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Ryan Matta Show. We are going to call it the Crypto Breakdown. We are going to call it the War Room, but I cannot keep up with two shows, two names, twice a day, so we're going to switch to the Ryan Matta Show. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Smash that like button, folks. We got a lot to get into. Michael Saylor almost losing it on the mainstream media. The mainstream media constantly attacking Bitcoin. We're talking about the collapse of the US dollar and what that's going to look like for America. I did an amazing show. If you guys were not here this morning, we're putting out 2 shows a day over here on Rumble and on the new YouTube channel. So a lot of people haven't realized it yet. You guys I can still see you guys in the live chat to the old YouTube channel. I'm just going to be streaming there for maybe like another week or so, just to let everybody know and kind of hope to drive some of our old audience back to the new channel. You guys ready? We're going to have a good time tonight. The US dollar is toast, folks. And like, you know how they say every cycle is different? You know, we always used to say every cycle is different. This time is going to be different. I was one of probably the biggest bears at the end of the first time the bull run ended last cycle, saying that it's never different, right? It's never going to be different. It's always the same. Price moons, the whales take profit, dump it on retail investors, and we're stuck being the bag holders. But folks, for the first time in history, Bitcoin has put in a new all-time high before the halving. I don't know how really important that is. Inflation is going back up. We're going to get into that. That's going to be the topic of the conversation. So this article over on Cointelegram talks about Bitcoin prices drops by 4.3K as CPI data comes in hotter than expected. Inflation is going back up, folks. Are you guys paying attention to what's happening to the US dollar, what's happening to our government, what's happening to our country? Because in real time, everybody is waking up. We're watching the entire world wake up. We're watching everybody realize how corrupt our government is and what a giant Ponzi scheme the US dollar is. You guys know me, I wasn't that big of a Bitcoin bag holder last bull run, right? We were at 30,000. We're like, oh man, wish we would have bought more. Do you guys remember when it was 3,000 and they had that fire sale and then it ran all the way up to what was it? Before we even got back in the game, it was almost up to 30 or it was up to 20,000 or something like that. So it ran from 3,000 to 20,000. And that's when most people started even talking about it. And then once it broke above 30, everybody's like, man, what I wouldn't do to get Bitcoin at 30. Let's put that into perspective. Bitcoin at 70,000 right now is equivalent to, Bitcoin last cycle at probably 14. 3,000, 6, 9 would be a 3x from 15, 45, 60. So it'd be like 20, right? Give or take. 20. Bitcoin bought, this is what the Rob Wallace, he's the co-founder of bitcoinnews.com. If you guys want to get your news from a source that is not the CNN of crypto, definitely bitcoinnews.com is your go-to space for Bitcoin and all things Bitcoin. He was saying that BlackRock bought 7,300 Bitcoin yesterday. 7,300 Bitcoin. We got the Rumble chat too. I'd appreciate it. Actually, I'd rather if we all go over to Rumble. I'm trying to get a sponsorship with Rumble. If I can get that sponsorship, we're going to be doing some big giveaways. So it'll really help out when their team reviews the channel next week. They're putting together a department of people that just work with people that they're sponsoring and shows that they're looking to sponsor and whatnot. So the bigger we get the audience over on Rumble, and why would anybody want to support these commie bastards over at YouTube that absolutely hate America, that are trying to indoctrinate your children and want to do everything they can to take away your freedom? We don't want to be on YouTube, folks. We want to be on Rumble, unless it's illegal in your channel, in your country, right? So swing over to Rumble, folks. Let's support the companies that are supporting our freedom. And they're in the fight. You guys hear that Rumble offered to buy TikTok today? I don't know if anybody caught that news, but that's huge, folks. Can you imagine what damage we would do to these these corrupt bastards if we got our hands on YouTube or on Twitter or on TikTok? Oh boy, that'd be a game changer. But smash that like button, folks. We're gonna get into it. So this has been going viral on Twitter, but I'm gonna give you guys the full video. Everybody's always seeing just the 30-second clip of Michael Saylor. So Michael Saylor tweeted out 4 hours ago, Bitcoin is the apex property of the human race. Pay attention, folks, to how these reporters, why Michael Saylor continues to go on the wokest media outlets in the world, blows my mind, especially if he's paying to be there. But he's done more for Bitcoin adoption than anybody, so he must be doing something right.
Well, despite declines for Bitcoin today, MicroStrategy shares Well, they're higher. TD Cowen raising its price target on the stock to $1,560. That's $1,560 after MicroStrategy increased its Bitcoin holdings by another 12,000 Bitcoin. The total holdings about 205,000 now. Joining me now, MicroStrategy Executive Chairman Michael Saylor. Michael, it's good to see you. It's been a little while.
Thanks for having me, Julie.
So I want to start. I know that you're bullish on Bitcoin. I think everyone knows by now that you see a long-term store of value in Bitcoin. And you have said that you see it as digital property as opposed to thinking of it as a digital currency. So if you could help me understand, as you add more to the company's balance sheet, what the sort of end game is for those holdings on MicroStrategy's balance sheet.
Yeah, well, we think Bitcoin is the highest form of property. It's the apex property in the world, and it's the best investment asset. So the end game is to acquire more Bitcoin. Whoever gets the most Bitcoin wins.
Well,
there is no other end game.
But Michael, I guess what I'm trying to understand is, so if I think of it as digital property, and I think of analogies, right? I think of a real estate company that buys property and holds on to other kinds of property. They may not be the apex, but whatever kinds of property. I think of an asset manager that buys all kinds of different assets. Eventually, they sell those assets in order to make profits. But I don't think that is your end game, right? You're not planning to sell the Bitcoin at any point. So kind of what is the purpose of it over time?
Well, let's keep in mind the fundamental principle. What's the use case of Bitcoin? It's capital preservation. So if you have $1 billion and you live in South America, or you live in Asia, or you live in Africa, and you want the capital to last for 100 years, you're not going to want to buy $1 billion company or $1 billion building or $1 billion of land in any place in Africa. You're going to have to find some other form of property that you can hold for a long period of time. Let's take New York City. Developers of New York City in 1776 didn't have an end game. They've been raising capital to invest in New York City real estate at the all-time high for 300 years. If you went and talked to them today and you said, what's your end game? They would say, well, we're going to keep investing in New York City. If you've ever talked to a person that owned an apartment in New York City, no one aspires to hold the apartment for a few years, sell the apartment, and move out of New York City. They put it in their will, they give it to their children, and if you ask them why, they say there's no better place on earth to live than New York. There is no place up from there. So New York City is the end game for people that want to live in the greatest city in North America. Bitcoin is the end game for anybody that wants to own the greatest property in the 21st century.
Well, I guess that is the case, but is there a price at which you would consider selling some of the Bitcoin, pulling out? So, I mean, because you can do something with New York City. You can live in New York City. You can have a business in New York City. What do you do with the Bitcoin besides it just gather value?
Well, the real estate developers in New York City, they're not buying the real estate because they want to live in it. They're buying the real estate because they expect
because
that
they
it's
want
going
to
to
sell it eventually,
desirable.
Michael. I mean, let's be honest. Most of the people who are, yes, sure, some people pass it on to their children, but most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit. So
let me say it a different way.
Okay.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, there's a name for them. We call them poor. Okay. Anybody that's rich in the world, they own property. They own large swathes of land. The royal family of England, it didn't sell all of its property in central London in order to buy currency or paper money, nor did the royal family of Japan, nor did the royal family in the Middle East. In fact, they want to own the property forever. I want you to imagine Bitcoin it's a city in cyberspace that's 276 blocks wide, 276 blocks high, 276 blocks deep, about 21 million blocks. Now imagine all 8 billion people in the world want to live there one day. They want to put their capital there. There's $900 trillion of wealth in the world. as people migrate from every other form of property and they've assets into cyberspace, you're going to see the Bitcoin network go from $1 trillion network to a 10x that to 100x that. And there really is nowhere else to go. It is the apex property of the human race.
Well, despite decline.
Is everybody starting to wake up yet? How many people that you know tried to convince you that Bitcoin was just a trend? Bitcoin's not the talk of the town. You're going to watch so many people. You'll watch LFA eventually, right? They're my network. I'm orange pilling them over there. You're going to watch every news network, every conservative, every politician, every reporter, all of them. But you want to know who's going to make more people rich, filthy rich in the conservative space than any other conservative reporter in the history of the world? This guy right here. I've been orange pilling and pink pilling more people in the mainstream media than any other conservative in the game right now. That's a fact. Every day I get messages from people like, dude, you're the only one in the space that's talking about Bitcoin. How? Nothing is more important for you and your family than buying Bitcoin. Everybody should be talking about Bitcoin. Everybody should be trying to convince you to buy Bitcoin. Everybody should be out there buying Bitcoin. We're talking about an asset. This is different, right? This is completely different than last bull run. Yes, you're going to make insane gains on some, what was that dog coin we looked at yesterday? Dog with a hat? Dog with a hat. Coin has $1 billion market cap. Some nerd in his mom's basement jerking off to fucking Pornhub created a fucking website that has $1 billion market cap. The gains are insane in this industry. And who tweeted it out? Who was just over here in the live chat? My man. Z-Phil. Z-Phil says, if you have been in the crypto space for over 2 years and you don't, or for 2 to 4 years and you don't own one Bitcoin, you're doing something wrong. 100%, my friend. 100%. Apple Guy 605 says most people can't afford one BTC. So the best play is to find an altcoin to trade into BTC. We went over that this morning on our show, right? And I agree with you, man, right? Don't trade Bitcoin, trade shitcoins for Bitcoin. 100%. But this is your ticket out of the rat race, right? You get one shot at this. One shot. You don't have to own a full Bitcoin. You don't even have to own close to a full Bitcoin. The idea is you want to put your money into something that's going to appreciate in value. And it might be 10% today, it might be 10% tomorrow, it might be 10% next month, but it's 10%, 10%, 10%. Next thing you know, you put 1,000 in, it's 1,100. I showed you guys what compounding interest is. So if you're just able to increase your Bitcoin portfolio by 1% a week, 1% a month, I mean, that's exponential gains that you're going to have. You're going to have create generational wealth. Like Bitcoin, this bull run, in my personal opinion, has the potential that every other altcoin last bull run had. We're talking about nation states. I don't think anybody's even ready for what's going to happen when we hit global adoption. We're going to get into all of that in today's live stream. So if you guys are just joining us, please smash that like button and let's dive deep. Especially if you're on Rumble. If you go over to Rumble, sometimes it's a little goofy. Just make sure that little green or the little grayed out box turns green. Lets the algorithm know we like it. And hopefully everybody's coming over to Rumble to join us. Bitcoin Hodl says most bullish thing for Bitcoin. This is it. Let me know what you guys think.
Options. This is the single most bullish thing that can come for Bitcoin since the ETF. No one's really talking about this, so please make sure you subscribe. When you buy a call option, you are betting that the price of the stock is going to go up. If I'm the market maker and I allow you to bet on the price of oranges, I now need to go and hedge my position. So the magic here is ultimately that they need to buy the oranges at a pace and speed that matches the speed at which the market price for the oranges increases. Right now, $1 billion could buy you 16,000 Bitcoin. When you have options, $1 billion would allow you to control 80,000 Bitcoin. And market makers will be buying up Bitcoin for their balance sheet just to allow people to take bets on the directional price of Bitcoin. You could have had $50, $100 billion being betted on the ETF. And for all of that, the underlying market maker has to go and secure the asset to delta hedge, to make the risk neutral for themselves. This is absolutely tremendously bullish. Options. This is the single most bullish thing that can come for Bitcoin.
The single most bullish thing for Bitcoin. Every day we wake up, we're onboarding new people. We're talking about nation states. Saudi prince talking about buying 1 million Bitcoin. BlackRock bought 7,300 Bitcoin yesterday. Ozzy, you buying any KDA heroes? They're $1 Amir will be on the show Thursday night. We're going to do walkthrough tutorials for you guys. So if you guys are interested in bonding some of those heroes, we're going to teach you guys all about it. And I'm going to make a step-by-step tutorial for him that he'll be able to put on his website as well. That'll walk you guys through the process. I have not yet. I just got the DM from him right before I went live. So I have not had time to do so yet. And I'm very excited to get involved. And I want to see a lot of TVL getting locked over there. So anything I can do to help boost that TVL locked on Kadena's blockchain, we're going to do it. We should try to be getting them in contact with DeFi Llama, because without DeFi Llama tracking, I don't think it's going to show up in their TVL over there. So it's really important to make sure that Kadena has a good relationship with DeFi Llama, because we desperately need TVL over there. So Simply Bitcoin tweets out and he says, Justin, Fred Krueger explains why nobody can predict Bitcoin. It has a mind of its own, and the worst possible thing you can do would be to try to sell with the idea, I'm going to buy it back at a cheaper price. Don't try to time the market, because you're going to fail. Facts. Been there.
We're probably going to be on a very big roll for the next couple of years. So I would sort of say just chill right now. Don't try to be too cute. The one thing you don't want to do right now is to try to sell and buy again, because I think that's going to be just a disaster. I think, hodling is by far the best strategy. You should just hold on. But the worst possible thing you could do would be to try to sell with the idea of buying it back cheaper. Don't even think about doing that. When the time's right for you to sell part of your stash, to spend part of your stash, do it. But don't try to time the market, because you're going to fail. And listen, I was a pro trader. I can't time Bitcoin. I have no idea short term what Bitcoin's going to do. Zero. I think it's going to go up, but did I think it was going to go down 10% at one point yesterday? No. You know what I mean? I don't know. Nobody can predict Bitcoin. It has a mind of its own. So don't try to trade it, and just hold it, get a good position, and just amuse yourself with Bitcoin Twitter and whatever else, and models or whatever else just keeps you happy. Play video games, do whatever you want with your time, but do not sell.
Do not sell, folks. Do not sell. Folks, let me do you guys a solid over here. Instead of shilling shitcoins and trying to find shady exchanges to sponsor the show, let me let you in on MyPillow, folks. If you guys want to treat your feet to some nice cozy sheets, swing over to mypillow.com. Grab grandma and grandpa with all those gains you're going to be making from these shitcoin pumps, right? Swing over here and treat granny to a new dog blanket or a new dog bed for a nice little puppy. Grab yourself a pair of these slippers, folks. They're badass slippers, actually. If you ever want to get like the most comfortable pair of slippers, I'm not going to lie, not a huge fan of the pillow. I'm not going to show the pillow like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but these slippers are literally the holy grail of slippers. Hands down, the best slippers you'll ever put on your feet. So swing over here, support Mike Lindell. Fox News canceled the man, so we're going to do everything we can to support these patriots over here, fighting for our freedom, and in return, fighting to make Bitcoin great again. Actually, it's kind of hard to make Bitcoin great again because it's always been great. So somebody watching says, oh yeah, somebody watching, I meant to tell you. I meant to ask the Magic 8-Ball if somebody's watching Girlfriend's still a piece of garbage.
I think so.
Somebody watching. You heard it right there, folks. I meant to do that for you in the LFA show, but didn't get time. Check this out, folks. Let's jump over here and talk about this. Actually, you know what? Let me jump into one more clip really quick. Then we'll jump back into that. I want to jump into one more thing really quick. So Bitcoin Magazine tweets out, just in, BCC News covers Bitcoin, saying almost hourly how this virtual currency is hitting new all-time highs. Let's go.
The value of the cryptocurrency Bitcoin raced to an all-time high today. The new price is above $72,000. Earlier this year, U.S. regulators made it easier for investors to trade the currency, which has helped fuel the record-breaking run. And now the UK's financial watchdog says it will loosen some of the rules too. Here's Joe Tidy.
For the last 2 years, lines charting the value of Bitcoin have mostly been in one direction. But in the last few weeks, it's all changed. Almost hourly now, this virtual currency is hitting new all-time highs. The reason? Well, it's mostly down to this place. In January, traders from US investment giants were given the green light by US watchdogs to start selling products linked directly to Bitcoin. As a result, they've spent billions buying up coins. Further stoking the fire, today, UK financial authorities say they too are open to allowing some trading based on crypto assets. Some are now wondering just how far this virtual currency can go.
Straight to the moon, baby. That's where it's going. Bitcoin drops 4.3K as CPI data comes in hotter than expected. Markets reacted to stubbornly high inflation in the United States and its potential impact on the Fed's interest rate plan, right? So we were planning, everybody's planning on those rate cuts coming, and they're pricing in 3 rate cuts, they told us, right? Get ready. Get ready for those rate cuts. And we said, I don't think so. Think the Fed's going to be cutting rates when inflation is on the rise? I doubt it. Bitcoin witnessed a 2.3% drop after Wall Street opened on March 12th as markets reacted to stubbornly high inflation in the United States and its implications for interest rate cuts in 2024. Check this out. Inflation still high following hot CPI data. Data from Cointelegraph's Market Pro and TradingView shows BTC dropped as much as 6% after setting a higher all-time high at $73,054 on March 12th, bottoming at $68,638 on Bitstamp. BTC price reacted to the February Consumer Price Index CPI data, which came in higher than expected at 0.4% in February, according to data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, the BSL. Now, keep in mind, we've just witnessed, right? We've witnessed every single government agency in the United States, from the FBI to the CIA to the DOJ to the FBI to the EPA, every one of them is rotten and corrupt to the core, to the max. So take this data right here that you guys are getting with a grain of salt. You should be running to drain your entire bank accounts, drain your 401k, your child savings account, anything that you're saving in dirty fiat dollars, a CD, anything. You have to get the hell out of cash immediately. There is going to come a point, folks. Every other hyperinflationary inflation in every other country, they didn't have the technology. They didn't have the internet. They were not connected to one another instantly, instantaneous at a push of a button. When this shoe starts to drop, and let me remind you, I went to the ATM this weekend. I wanted to get out some cash. I owed my dad some money, actually. He let me borrow a little bit of money. So I was like, okay, I owed him like $1,600. He bought some stuff for my house. And so I went to the bank to go take out some cash, right? And I keep just 3 months of bills. That's all I keep in my bank account. I am so fiat poor. I enjoy living poor because I put everything into Bitcoin and it's hard to spend my Bitcoin. So it just grows and grows. So fiat poor, dad lends me money Sunday afternoon. I go to the ATM. All right, I'm gonna take out $1,000. Denied. Didn't say like insufficient funds, just said transaction denied. Oh, maybe I'll have an ATM limit or some stupid ass shit on here. I'll try to take out 600. Transaction denied. Freezing my balls off outside of an ATM, outside, trying to get money that is mine from the bank that holds it and charges me to hold my money. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This ATM's broke. So there was 2 ATMs at the bank. The first one I went to was broke. The second one I got to was not giving me my money. Then all of a sudden I look down at my phone. I got a text message. Were you trying to withdraw money? This is a fraud alert. I'm at an ATM. I'm using my card. I'm putting in my PIN. I think it's my fucking money, right? Yep. Okay. Sweet. Let's try this again. Pull out $1,000, right? All right. Let's try this one more time. Put it back in. Try to pull out 600. Spits out a receipt. You have maxed out your ATM withdrawal limits for the next 24 hours. Please try again tomorrow. How about suck my balls, give me my effing money. So when shit hits the fan, and it's hitting the fan shortly, folks, when you go, you think I always had that in the back of my mind. Well, I'll just go run to my ATM and just be the first one to the ATM. I'll be good. Don't worry about it. I'll be the first one to that ATM. No, you won't. No, you won't. And you're only getting out fractions. Why would you be saving in a currency that is getting debased by your government? Like at this point, you have nothing to lose. Get your money out of cash as fast as humanly possible. Don't be that sucker. Don't be that loser that's homeless in your entire family of generations of wealth. Imagine, this is your legacy. Imagine being somebody fairly rich, right? I'm talking about millionaire rich. and your family's been very, very successful forever. Are you going to be that weak link in the chain? Are you going to be that person in your family that pisses away your entire family's legacy of wealth? Your great-great-great-grandparents came over here on a boat with nothing more than a work ethic and a bag of clothes and the shirt on their back. And they worked their ass off, and they made your family extremely wealthy, millions and millions of dollars. Do you know how many people are going to lose their house? Do you know how cheap you're going to be able to buy property with Bitcoin? Dollars will be useless. They're going to print them into oblivion. Literally. I bet you by this time next year, the average wage in America, minimum wage, will probably be close to $50 an hour. At the rate we're going, it is going to accelerate so fast. And with technology, people are going to see it. Inflation's going back up. Again. 3.2%. That's fucking nuts, man. You guys got to get out of fiat currency, man. Trying so hard to warn everybody, especially the people over on LFA. Bitcoin price reacted to February Consumer Price Index data, right? We talked about this. According to the BLS official release, rising shelter and gasoline cost contributed more than 60% to the monthly increase in the all item CPI index. All item CPI index, right? So rising prices of gasoline. Who was telling that? Amanda will vouch for it. Who was shouting and warning everybody over on LFA TV about a month ago? Get ready for $5 a gallon of gas. What's happening over in the Red Sea with these shipping containers and the attacks that are taking place? And now we just found out. Guess what we found out today? Oh, yeah. Oh, Iran wasn't involved, right? You know the Iran that Lindsey Graham said nuke them and blow them off the map? That one, right? Because Iran was involved with Hamas? Oh, no. Our government, the FBI, the CIA, and some special task force just put out a report this morning that said Iran had nothing to do with it. And Joe Biden's over here with his hand on the nuke getting ready to send us into World War III. This senile, demented bastard that is absolutely gutting our country is also gutting your children's future right here. Fed rate cuts in 2024. Immediately after the release of the CPI data, market participants began debating the possibility of the Federal Reserve's lowering interest rates in the coming months. Told you that wasn't happening. According to the CME's Fed Watch tool, traders are placing the odds on a March rate cut at just 1% at the time of writing versus 15% on February. So all now the talking mouthpieces in the mainstream media are going, oh yeah, there's a 1% chance that we're going to get rate cuts in March. This means market participants are betting that the U.S. central banks will hold rates steady in March and May. Why did they raise rates in the first time? With the first possible big cut being made in June. So let this sink in. So you mean to tell me that these assholes at the Fed raised interest rates, destroyed our economy, crushed your wages, crushed your income, probably maybe even bankrupted your business because they couldn't borrow the capital that they needed, all in the name of fighting inflation. And yet inflation's going back up. So what was Powell just saying? They would rather overreact than react too late. Those were Powell's exact words. This is one thing that they've learned, and Powell's pretty much a man of his word when he says stupid ass shit like that. That would lead me to believe that we have a higher probability of seeing a rate increase. Obviously, inflation levels aren't stable. It's going back up. Well, if it's going back up, then we need to raise those interest rates, right? Could you imagine what another rate increase would do to this economy? It'll bring us to our knees, folks. But sure ain't bringing Bitcoin down. Doesn't look like it. JP Morgan Chase Jamie Dimon said he preferred the Fed delaying the decision to cut rates until later this year. Speaking at the Australian Financial Review Business Summit in Sydney, Dimon said, "You can always cut it quickly and dramatically. They're the Fed. Credibility is a little bit at stake here. I would even wait past June and let it all sort out." You know, when I seen Jamie Dimon go pro-Trump, right? Pretty much. Times are getting really interesting. So he warned that the rates may remain higher for some time, adding that any decision by the Fed should be based on data. Thought inflation was gone, trading resources like Kabasi wrote a letter in March of 2012, posted on X social media platform. Kobesi, if I'm saying that right, shared the following chart saying that inflation, core services, excluding shelter, jumped by 0.7% month over month, the biggest jump since September of 2022. Wonder why that is. In February, this metric was up another 0.05% month over month after multiple increases in 2023. Inflation data eclipsed ETF inflows and the upcoming halving. The continuation of inflows into the spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds, the ETFs, meanwhile, is helping to abate an inflation-driven sell-off. An inflation-driven sell-off. You think anybody's going to sell their Bitcoin because inflation's going up? Where do these morons get this? The price of the flagship cryptocurrency has recovered back above 71,000 at the time of writing, as the last week inflows into the spot Bitcoin ETFs totaled around 5.78K Bitcoin of inflows, according to the data from coin intelligence firm Arcam. Sharing data from Farside investors on X, market analysis acknowledged positive trends of increasing ETF flows, with $500 million of net inflows on March 11th. $500 million, guys. $500 million on March 11th. Do it now.
No better word than stupid, right? There is none.
BlackRock with a solid $562 million. Fidelity with $215 million. I guess the biggest surprise is VanEck US with $118 million, almost doubling the amount they had gathered in the last 2 months in a single day, read the Post. This is with Coinbase manipulating the market, right? Every single, I wouldn't be surprised if the U.S. government was trying to sell off any remaining pieces of Bitcoin they have just to keep price down. I don't understand that there was never that much crypto on Coinbase to sell. So where is Coinbase getting all this crypto? They must have a direct connection at these mining farms and somehow be buying OTC directly from these miners, which you would think that BlackRock would do that. But I don't know, folks. You guys tell me what you think. Tell me what you think, folks. Oh, you know what? I got some jams for us too. Give me 1 second. Let's get show music rolling, folks. I forgot all about getting the show music on here. Just give me 1 second. Let's throw some jams on here, man. Oh, what the hell just happened? All right, wash them ears. I don't know how loud this is going to be. There we go. Just something to have in the background. Should be a mix of a bunch of different instrumentals. I went and downloaded them last night, so. All right, so check this out. GBTC being a little bitch again with $494 million of outflows. Thanks, Barry. They're now setting below 400K. GBTC, folks. Who's running GBTC? Digital Currency Group. They are the freaking antichrist of crypto. I got this other article over here by FX Street. I don't have it up on the screen, so just stick with me. We'll just read it to you guys. It says, breaking CPI inflation data rises to 2.3% in February versus 3.1% as expected. Inflation in the U.S., as measured by the change in the Consumer Price Index, rose by 3.2% on a yearly basis in February from 3.1%. In January, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported on Tuesday annual core CPI, which excludes volatile foods and energy prices. Oh, Christ, right? Let's exclude everything that you buy on a daily basis, peasants. Increased to 3.8% in the same period below. The January increase of 3.9%, above the market forecast of 3.7%. The index for shelter rose in February, as did the index for gasolines combined. These two indexes contributed to over 60% of the monthly increase in the index for all items, the BLS noted in its press release. The energy index rose 2.3% over the month as all of its components indexes increased as well. Now, the food index was unchanged in February, as was the food at home index. They got this shit so fucking rigged, folks. There is no fucking way inflation is at gosh damn 3.2%. Not a fucking chance. It is so expensive to live in this country. I don't know how people do it. And you don't want to know who else doesn't think that. Check this out, folks. That's why we saving up for El Salvador, baby. Ash Crypto tweets out, he says, El Salvador Congress has approved a law to reduce income tax from, wait for it, 30% to, guess what, 0% for all international investments and money transfers. This is a draw. This is to draw more global wealth for the country. This could mean Bitcoin investors moving to that country for no fucking taxes. I'm out, folks. I'm out. I'm out this bitch. We're going to El Salvador. We're going to sit on a beach. We're going to trade crypto with our bots. We're going to generate passive income. And we're going to loan our Bitcoin out to the suckers that were too stupid to fucking buy it. Period. Sound like a plan? That sounds like a great plan. Let's jump over here to the live chat. Let's say what up to everybody over here on Rumble. Who's still hiding over here and lurking on YouTube? We got Evil Roy, Mr. K Arsenal over in the dirty YouTube, Ryan Smith in the dirty YouTube, Ron Wizard in the dirty YouTube. You should kind of come join us over here on the free speech capital of the world that we call Rumble. So his son and turned him into the Batman shooter. What's up, somebody watching? El Salvador dumped its criminals on us. El Salvador didn't dump shit on us. Joe Biden opened the door and then invited them in. They literally were in another country and they got a text message from our fucking government with permission and then paperwork, documentation, IDs, voter registration, and we give them a fucking $10,000 paycheck. Are you fucking kidding me? El Salvador is a fucking king. Our president is a fucking clown. Our government is a fucking clown show. Period. Don't be fucking talking shit about El Salvador. That man is doing more for freedom around the world than any other fucking politician outside of Trump, period. I would even go say it's more than Trump. He took his country from being the biggest shithole in the world to literally the murder capital of the world to the greatest country in the world. That dude is a fucking top G. And I couldn't wait to fucking move there. Period. He's built some of the largest fucking prisons ever. And all the gang members are just fucking chilling in there. And you know they're not coming across the border. It's a fucking fact. Every single one of those El Salvadorian gangbangers is tattooed literally from head to toe. I've been to the border, I cannot tell you how many times, and I've seen one person. One. And I didn't even see him down there. That was from Michael Yon video over in the Darien Gap. So I have never once seen some man tattooed from head to fucking toe in tattoos coming across that border. Never fucking once, man. Period. And I've been down there and I've watched them and I've interviewed women that were sitting there on that border saying, we got a text message. We got a text message from your government saying, come over here. You can't make it up, folks. When I have these conversations, this is what I feel like, folks. People who trade Bitcoin using Bitcoin ETFs. If you guys are just listening to the show, we got a meme up here and it's like an Ethernet port on like the back of your router. And the dude's holding a condom and he's trying to put like the Ethernet cable through the condom into the outlet port, right? This is people going, I don't feel safe using Bitcoin. I'm gonna buy the ETF instead. I'm gonna trade the ETF. Yeah, you can do that, all right. That you fucking are, man. That you fucking are. Check this out. This is what's coming, folks. Here's how it's gonna play out. Bitcoin Freedom goes by at BTC_4_freedom. Speaking, I love that username actually. He says how it plays out, folks. Number 1, Bitcoin halving is 38 days away. Number 2, retail and Wall Street get FOMO. Number 3, Bitcoin flips gold. That would be like what, $11 trillion market cap? Bitcoin's literally sucking up the market cap of gold and sucking up the market cap of fiat currencies around the world. Number 4, small countries start to print. Number 5, BTC flips bonds, which is, we're talking about like, I don't even know how much is in the bond market, but I think like hundreds of trillions of dollars. think $34 trillion. Large countries start to print. That is us. That's the United States. We're en route to be at what? $48 trillion in debt in like 10 years. Number 7, BTC flips equity. Number 8, BTC flips real estate. Number 9, BTC becomes the global reserve currency. You can't fuck with that, folks. You cannot fuck with that. You don't want to know why? Check this out. This is why. So Amy Nixon, I don't know where she's a reporter at, but she does market and finance analysis. I invited her on the show. She says Texas runner DFW, that's her username. She tweeted this out. This is by CNBC, the fake news. She says home buyers need to earn 80% more than in 2020 to afford a house in this market. It's not just due to high mortgage rates. You see that? Under Trump, it was 80% less to buy a home. 80%. That's what Biden's done to this country in 3 years. Even under Trump, not a gosh damn thing got cheaper but gas. I don't even know if it got cheaper. I think it just stayed around the same price, which is great. That's what you want things to stay around the price. You actually want things to get cheaper. Then if we jump over here, check this out. The Kenya shillings, right, have literally gone to zero against Bitcoin. When you put up currencies next to Bitcoin, right, Bitcoin can stay the same value and your currency just depreciates, right? Bitcoin put in a new all-time high versus, I don't know how many currencies, like 15 currencies. And this was back when Bitcoin was only at like 40,000. It's pretty mind-blowing, right? Next up, Ash says, breaking. This is going to blow your fucking minds. Coinbase announces proposed private offering of 1 billion of convertible senior notes due in 203. I think he meant 2030. He said, is now Coinbase adopting the MicroStrategy playbook? This is really bullish for Bitcoin. It's definitely going to 200K. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's fucking go. 200 fucking K, folks. Let me let you in on my next sponsor. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break. Today's sponsor is Bybit. Bybit is your one-stop shop for crypto trading, crypto investing, buying, learning. I've also built a step-by-step digital course which teaches you everything you need to know about buying crypto on Bybit, and not just buying crypto on Bybit, but trading strategies, setting up crypto trading bots. Bitcoin is the best way to fight against tyranny, to fight against government corruption, to fight back against the Federal Reserve printing trillions of dollars and depreciating everything that your family has worked for your entire life. So get yourself some Bitcoin. You should at least allocate a small percentage of it to your portfolio. Be a smart investor. Don't let the government take. Today's sponsor is Bybit. Oops. Bybit is your... Yeah, don't let the government take all your shit. All right, folks, let's jump over here to the live chat. Let's pull up the charts. Let's talk shit coins. Let's talk Bitcoin. You guys call it. Shill them if you got them. We'll chart them out for a little bit. What are the new shit coins that people should not be buying and should be buying Bitcoin? But, you know, I like to get my degenerate on. So, folks, take this for what it is. I advise every single person who's into crypto, new to crypto, to not buy shit coins, not pump shit coins. We can do some calls, too, if you guys want. We'll do those here in a little bit. I got to hook the Bluetooth up to get that set up. Shill them if you got them, folks. Let's throw on the jams. That's what we need back in our lives. For the record, baby. For the record. There we go. There we go. Coins. Mr. K says coin. K-O-I-N. Let's take a look at it, my friend. Coin. Coins on. What exchanges are we on, Mr. K? MEXC, baby. MEXC. Let's see. It ran up from 525% from bottom. It is retracing as we speak. It's at that level. It looks like we got, what is that? Like a bullish pennant, it looks like it's building? Or a bullish flag. Yeah, it's more so of a pennant. Oh, it might be a bearish pennant. Let's see what we got going on here. A bearish, bullish pennant. It's retraced down to that level. So if it breaks and runs from here, you're looking at your next target price upwards of, I would say at 271. It's sitting at $1.09, so you're looking at almost a 200% roughly run up. If it breaks now, it only has a $16 million $16 million market cap. Mr. K says gas free L1. No shit. Let's take a look at that bad boy. Let's take a look. Coin market cap coming in hot. Coin. Coins. Is it coins? Is that right? Yeah, what, $1.10? I'm looking at the right one. Let's swing over to their website and see what we got. So, the world's first free-to-use blockchain, open source, free-to-use, modular, scalable, and fair launch. Looks like they have 7,024 accounts. They have 13.8 minute blocks, or 13.8 million blocks, and 4,842 transactions. So it's free to use, just like the internet. The coin's Mana system allows you to use blockchain without spending or even holding any tokens. Mana recharges over time at a maximum of 5 days. Coin is also free to use for developers and free to use smart contracts. Eco-friendly. It's approach set apart by eliminating needless computational work. Coin's proof of burn consensus ensures robust security without vast environmental costs. Plus, its efficiency is so remarkable that even a simple laptop can effectively run a mining node. Lightning fast with 3-second block times, Coins offers a near real-time experience for both applications and the user. Weird. Mining for all. No need to invest in expensive mining machinery. First proposed for Bitcoin in 2011, proof of burn changes the opportunity or charges the opportunity cost of securing the network from electricity and equipment at time. Now, the security of proof of work within the eco-friendliness and flexibility of proof of stake, it's easy to run your own mining node, but it's even more easier to simply move your coin into a growing number of mining pools. Now, just drop your coin in a pool and the tech behind the pool will do the rest. Now, 100% fair launch, the initial supply was mined through proof of work like Bitcoin with no ICO, no tokens for founders, and no tokens for investors. A Web 2 experience of Web 3, our innovative Mana system recharges like a battery, enabling applications to allow free transactions for you, and only cost to them is waiting for their battery to recharge. Now, the unique approach offers a truly free user experience, mirroring the effortless interactions you used on the internet. Now, with Coins, welcoming the masses to the world of blockchain has never been simpler. So, explain this to me. I'm curious on this one. Let me download that. Let me rip this video really quick. We'll go back to chart and coins. We'll come back and we'll watch it here in a second. I'm interested. I want to hear what that's about. Well, why didn't that one grab the wrong video? Grab the wrong video, folks. What else you guys got? Elf. Ryan, look at Elf now. Got it. I'm on it. Let's take a look at Elf. ALPH. I spend too much time on these deep dives sometimes. Oh, Elfium's coming down. Nice. This is the one you guys are all talking about getting into. Well, this might be the pullback we were looking for, folks. If everybody's getting all gassy about Alphium, I'd be looking at a target on this around $2.50. And it has probably let's take a look at Alphium. Wow. Everybody's been getting all gassed up about this one. $200 million market cap. That came down to like $1 something. I'd be aping pretty hard. I'm not going to lie. Can I get a Rumble coin? Yeah, I wish, Amanda. I wish. What do you got? What do you got for Rumble? Rumble? Yeah, we could probably chart out Rumble, baby. Rumble stock should be taking off. You guys hear that Rumble offered to buy? What was it today? They offered to buy TikTok. And it's pretty bizarre to see Rumble stock going down. Man, I still can't believe that Rumble stock was $3.41 last week. Like, I'm not into the traditional markets whatsoever. But damn, does Rumble at $3 look tasty. What was the market cap of Rumble? Yeah, I think it was up to a couple billion at one point. Rumble's market cap's $890 million. So if you're taking a look at your pullback here on the charts, you know, that leg up, you've retraced. I would say your next target for Rumble on this next legs up, I think it's going back to 11. I would almost say guarantee 11. But traditional markets, maybe it gets pulled down with everything else in the industry. Got me. What else you guys got? Shill them if you got them, my friend. You got into Elf at 10 cents. Nobody in Kadena listening. Now he's calling Tartar. Yeah, I saw that. Tartar. But these coins are, they have huge market caps already, don't they? Ooh, yeah, that might be up my alley. Where are we at on this one? Where are we at in the... It's just hard, folks. It's hard for me to want to ape into these coins when I can just buy Bitcoin, you know? I don't really need to make, like, dumb money gains anymore. But I would be, you know? OG Matta would have been aping into all of these with you guys. I think they're good buys. I say do it. Image is frozen. Got you, got you. Got you, got you, got you. We can fix that. I need to figure out how the hell to turn that damn thing off. There we go. We back. We back, folks. We back. I'm still down on Rumble about 800 from its last run. Oh yeah, Zfil 60 million. No doubt. No doubt. It's definitely going to boom 100%, especially if it has a community behind it. DeFi Rai, my man, DeFi Rai. He's one of my OG subscribers. DeFi Rai says, check out LWMR. You got it, homie. Did I type in something wrong? LW. Where'd that go? Where'd that go? Where'd that go, Rai? There it is. LMWR. There we go. Over on Kraken, it looks like. She gone. Gosh, damn, man. What the hell is this one? How we doing on our render short yesterday? Am I still in that trade? I should probably look that up, huh? Give me 1 second. I just need to make sure I'm not getting liquidated on anything. Oh, baby. We up $22 on our BTC trade, and we are up $10 on our render trade. I'm going to not be dumb money me. I'm going to put those stop losses in the profit. So what do we do there? Our entry price was 72,690. We'll put that entry for 60,300. Stop losses in the profit on that one. If price hits 72,300, we're going to exit out of that position in the green. Render, since I opened that short, how I was telling you guys yesterday, I opened that short and I'm getting paid. The Bitcoin position has paid me $3.42 to hold that trade open because the market is bullish. And then my render short, I've also made $3.25 to keep that position open. But I need to put that stop loss in the profit real quick because she's almost there. 1149. Yeah, that might get stomped me out now. Render's looking like it's getting ready to take off again. If that, I should have put a take profit on render. Shit, man. This is nuts. Wow, how did I not get liquidated on that? Oh, I didn't catch it at the top. Oh, yeah, I did. I got in at 1149. Got my stop loss at 1148.9. We moved into profit. What else you guys got for me? Hence, the 100 plus in the first string. Let's do some KDA. Yeah, let's get some KDA up here, baby. KDA. Oops, we want to get back to our crypto charts. KDA. Dude, KDA is going to rip again. Like there is that's solid consolidation. When Kadena goes, shit. Kimmy B's got some Kadena. She was buying Kadena. Kimmy B was one of my only followers on LFA to ape when I said it. And she aped into Kadena at 55 cents. First crypto she's ever bought. First time ever buying crypto. Buys Kadena at 50 cents. A big bag too. Good for Kimmy, right? Do you imagine your first experience getting into crypto and buying Kadena at an all-time low? Like that's like hitting the Little League lottery. I feel bad for Kimmy because she's probably going to lose a lot of money because she's going to think everything's that easy. But if all she does is buy Bitcoin now, holds that Kadena, adds a little flux to the portfolio, she's going to be set for life. What else you guys got? Kadena, my next target upwards is around $2.56 to $2.54. And I think we're going to run after that. We got nothing in our way up here. We got no resistance. I think we're going places. Jump back on the 4-hour time frame. What else you got? I know somebody said flux. Let's do a little flux. Or somebody want to do near. Near was the one, folks. If there was one proof of stake blockchain I was going to put my money in, it would have been near this bear market. Like you were just sitting down at like $1 on near. I was trying to DCA and buy a little near when it was like, what was it, like $5 or $6? Just kept coming and kept coming. I think I was trying to long it. KDA Huron liquidity bonding at 69%. What does that mean? What does bonding mean 69%? Like you can only bond so much of it and unlock so much of it? Can I bond with Zelcore? Aza? Can I use Zelcore or no? Oh, you know what? I might have some shit coins in my, I might have some KDA in my, I don't know if I spend it all or not. Give me 1 second. Let me log into my other wallet. Oh yeah, I got $1,000-something in my wallet. Boom, baby. Where the hell did that KDA come from? Weird, I just found $843, 841 Kadena in a wallet I haven't been in, I don't know how long. Sweet. Ron, do you own ZEP? ZEPH. You're bonded up with Huron? Well, what the fuck? I want to bond with some Huron. I don't have, well, I guess we can walk through it. So no Zelcore, is that what you guys are telling me? Maybe Zelcore, not sure. Let's see what we can connect here. Yeah, I don't have my, or I have to have my keys to do it there. I don't know if I got Zelcore on this computer or not. Oh yeah, I do got Zelcore. Well, folks, you want to bond some shit? I think I got some KDA in my Zelcore wallet. I don't know if I do, though, or not. Let's give it a shot. Let me just get logged in here. Yeah, looks like we got some Kadena. All right, how we do this, baby? Let's connect to Zelcore. No dice, man, no dice. Let's give it a shot. It said something about an update. Oops. All right, it is trying to open it. It is trying to open it. Nope, it's not. It's not letting me do it with Zelcor, unfortunately. What a bummer. So bonding, how does this work, Mr. K? Walk me through this. Bond and earn 20 million hero tokens. Bond your unused KDA to help form liquidity in Echo Dex, and then sit back and earn Huron while others burn Huron. All right, you guys talk me into it. Let's just see how hard this is. What's it, HuronHeroes.com? Why do I always get that website wrong for some reason? HERON heroes.com. HERON heroes.com /. Man, I can never ever get that site to open, ever. Let me see if I can copy it. Normally it doesn't work because I got my VPN on. So it looks like I can bond up to $600 in Kadena. Let's just bond it. We'll bond 600.
Like a light lighting up in the dark. You make it right. I forgot how to act.
So I literally connected my wallet, and after you connect your wallet, I used Echo Dex. I just came down here, clicked bonding. It literally prompted me and said, hey, here's the max that you can bond. It was like 649 for some reason. So I just said, okay, I'll bond 600 KDA. And now it's just spinning and processing and waiting to process that transaction. So remind me to check back. I hate doing that shit on stream because it takes up so much of the stream. Yeah. Yeah, I know you can't see me doing anything because I'm doing it on my other PC. I can't switch between them because that one has a VPN on. So I'm just trying to... It was really, really simple and really easy to do. I just want to make sure that transaction goes. How long does it take for the transaction to go? Yeah, I did with Echo. Yep. Kimmy B, I'm binding my Kadena. You shouldn't do it. We're doing some real degenerate shit. Like there's a 99% chance that I lose all this Kadena. So... But at the very least, I know I'm not buying into a rug pull. So that's the very least. And who knows? One of these little things like this, guys, you never freaking know. Tanner Ray says, Tanner, my man, good to see you, homie. Says, yo, explain this to me. Like I'm 5. Apparently, I missed out on Huron. No, nobody's dropped Huron yet. So the only way you can get Huron is by taking your KDA and bonding it. From what I understand, Amir's going to be on the show tomorrow. But it looks like there's already like, I don't know how much percentage of it. We'll know when I bond this right now, right? So I bond, it was at, what was it at? 69%. So we'll see. I just bonded 600 KDA. We'll see what this changes. It looks like the goal is 100,000 KDA to be locked. Okay, it processed. Transaction completed. So let me give you a screenshot so you guys can see what I'm doing up here. Why isn't that screenshotting? Oh, there it is. Sending a screenshot over right now. Man, I need to figure out how to share this screen from my other PC to this PC. Yeah, so it's fair token distribution, you know? It's interesting to see how this plays out, right? So this is all that happened, right? I connected to it, right? You connect your wallet, then you sign the transaction, X amount of Kadena that you want to basically bond. Now you're bonded and don't quote me on this, folks. I don't know. This isn't my project. So my 600 KDA increased the liquidity by 1%. So they already have 70,000 KDA. I don't think it'll take very long for them to get that amount. So bond KDA and earn up to 20 million Huron tokens. I like that supply too. Bond your unused KDA to help form liquidity at EchoDex, and then sit back and earn Huron tokens while others burn Huron. Bond your KDA for 6 months and help form KDA plus Huron liquidity pools, and sit back and earn while you watch Huron burn. So get Hero bonded tokens. For every KDA token that you bond into liquidity program, receive a Huron bonded token. Stake your Huron bonded tokens, and you stake these Huron bonded tokens to earn 2% of the Huron supply over the next year. Now unbond 6 months later. Unbond your liquidity after 6 months risk-free. Unbonding before 6 months comes with a penalty. So if you plan on needing that KDA in the next 6 months, absolutely do not do this. Introducing the Huron single slided liquidity bonding program. Bond your KDA for 6 months and help form liquidity pools, and sit back and watch your Huron burn. For every KDA you bond, you receive a Hero bonded token. Now stake your Huron bonds to earn 2% of the Huron supply over the next year, a total of 20 million. Unbond after 6 months risk-free. Now Huron staking pools are immune to the Huron's 5% burn. No fucking way, bro. What the fuck? It's Civil War, baby. If this shit doesn't make you want to buy motherfucking Bitcoin like your gosh damn children's future depends on it, you should have every asset. Like, you should be even comfortable with leaving your fucking house behind. If it was me, I would go take out a second fucking mortgage on my house. I would put it all into fucking Bitcoin and just sit back and be like, okay, I got to pay an extra $1,000 a month. Look at what you're remortgaging at. You're going to borrow money that's getting hyperinflated into oblivion. Put that shit into Bitcoin. Bitcoin will 2x, pay off your fucking house, and then fucking don't worry about losing the shithole. Biden breaking news. Joe Biden signs an executive order to give jailed felons and illegals the right to vote. Fuck you, bro. Gosh damn it, I'm sick of this shit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joe Biden. This motherfucker has done more for Bitcoin adoption than any other cocksucker ever would have. Gosh damn, that shit gets me heated, man. Motherfuckers, dude. Motherfuckers, dude. We're sitting by and watching these fuckers gut our country. Check this out. What the fuck, man? They're gonna give us, gosh damn. Yo, Trust Industries, good to see everybody. Muzz, my man, good to see you. Chadrick, long time no see. We're pulling up the YouTube chat over here. If you guys are looking at the chat and not seeing yourself, it's because we're over on Rumble, the free speech capital of the world. Actually, I don't even know if I got YouTube streams up and running or if those commie bastards took me offline yet. YZ, I see you, my friend. How you guys doing? How's everybody over here doing? Joe Biden giving illegal immigrants and prison inmates the right to vote. Are you dry fucking me? With no lube, no spit? Gosh damn. Chadwick, come over to the Rumble live chat and drop those coins in the live chat. LWKI, my man, how you doing, bro? Good to see you, homie. Good to see you. Let's jump over to this chat. I'll keep both the chats open here so I can monitor both of them. And I'll chat with y'all. Chat with both of you. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate the super chat, my friend. Big time. Gosh damn it, man. What motherfucker does that? Oh, I don't have the music on. Near is on a straight ripper, folks. Gosh damn it, man. Like, you couldn't try to destroy this country quicker than ever. But I honestly, at this point, I cannot complain. Like, we're so fucking lucky to have this asshole doing this to our country. YZ, Bybit is only for non-USA traders. So you have to be outside the USA because of Gary Gensler at the SEC, man. Gary Gensler The best exchange in the world that would save you so much money. It's safe. It's my absolute favorite. Used it for years. Probably one of the only centralized exchanges I remotely trust. When I say remotely, I mean like tiny, tiny bit. I would never leave. Oh shit, I got a lot of money on there. I got over 100 grand on there, but I don't trust my money on USA exchanges because of these corrupt assholes will go and take it from me. Damn, man. Yeah, so you gotta get outside the USA. So I have residency in another country, which allows me to use Bybit, right? I only use it for my bots. My bots use it. My bots are set up in another country. They trade outside the USA. Man, we need a big pump on KDA, Arsenal says. Ask Amir tons of questions on Thursday. Looking forward to it. You can always crush it. Yeah, man, I'm going to have Amir on here every Thursday. So we're going to chop it up. We're going to talk Kadena. They definitely need to get some TDL, man. Get the marketing going on. Let's pump this bitch. This is the prime time, man, in my personal opinion. But hey, you know, that's Kadena team. We all knew it. It can't be like, oh yeah, we didn't know. That's how they act. So hopefully they really get back to pumping her because that's what we need. Big time. Like, you look at Cardano and I was like, oh yeah, like I got kind of upset yesterday when I was talking about it. I was like, they don't got any fucking TVL. How is it possible we don't got any TVL? And then I go, and like after I ended the stream, I was in the live chat and I go, oh yeah, like Cardano hit a $30 billion market cap without any TVL. All that they did was Charles Hotchkiss sat on there and put out one video a day from the sunny side of California. That's all he has to do. That's it, man. It's so fucking simple. Put out a video, guys. Come on. Whether it's Mike, whether it's anybody, just let's go, man. Yo, Richard, I enjoy these primetime streams. Right back at you, my friend. Right back at you. Somebody said UFO gaming. Let's see what we got on UFO. UFO. I can't believe this shithole came back out of the nowhere. Is anybody still holding this? What's the market cap on this thing? This reminds me of a Mario Nafal. We're gonna bring back a dead project from the crypts of hell. And it has a $54 million market cap. Remember that thing launched? What was it, at $1 billion? Yep, sure was. This project had $1 billion market cap. Out of nowhere, in one day. Just went from literally absolutely nothing to $1 billion. Pretty bizarre, ain't it? Somebody got fucking filthy rich. Don't know who it was. But gosh damn. It is revolution time. It really is, man. It's fucking crazy. Ron, Hero's at 85%. I'll text him here and tell him I just burned in his. Let me text him here and tell him we're bonding. We're bonding, baby. That's crazy. It's already at 85%. Wow. That's going to fill up quick. That would be some shit, wouldn't it? It wouldn't surprise me. We make more money on some hero token in the next 6 months than we do on Kadena in the whole bull run. It would be some wild shit like that would happen, wouldn't it? But, you know, my luck in buying Kadena projects. But if there's one project, I'm gonna put my money behind whatever Amir touches, man. I got faith in that dude. He doesn't seem like a bad guy. He seems like a hard worker. I hear he's one of the best coders in the game. And, you know, he's got the right people, man. Look at his website's flawless. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this one. I mean, the graphics are fucking cool. If they pull together and put together a DeFi Kingdoms game, I mean, you're talking about a couple $1 billion coin that we just got for free for bonding. So it seems like we're going to get our KDA back after 6 months. So are you really risking anything? I don't know. I might buy some more Huron token if I can. I don't know. Can we buy Hero token? Yo, Rated R, my man, says, what up, Ryan? I fucks with you here and on Rumble. And here again, what up, my G-Rated R. Rated R from Harbor City, LA, baby. Oh, shit, man. Get yourself out of LA. How is it getting out there, man? Nathan Smith says, Coinbase are crooks, my friend. I could not agree more. Coinbase are crooked bastards. That's for damn sure. There is no doubt in my mind. Absolute crooks, man. But, you know, we know that. They know it. They know that we know that they know. Gosh damn, man. AMP. Arsenal says AMP is ripping. Let's get it. Let's throw up some AR. You know, I'm holding XRP. Ain't that some shit? I actually have XRP in my portfolio, but I just use it for trading. And I hold Matic too. I think actually my bot turned off yesterday. When Matic came down here, I wonder if it turned back on yet or not. Need another $5,000. Can't use Bybit in the USA. Yeah, no, I know, man. That's a bummer. So the best way, like, in my personal opinion, you want to use an exchange like Binance or Coinbase to buy your crypto in the USA, right? Then you take it off, you put it in a wallet. Or if you want to interact with it on exchange, you turn on a VPN and then you use MEX exchange. That's what I do anyways. If I have to move shit around in the USA and I'm actually buying and flipping shit coins, MEX exchange is what you guys are going to want to have. Like the new coins, the new projects, like the really low cap gems that everybody's talking about, you can't buy them in the US because our regulators don't want people in the United States making insane fucking amounts of money. They want to protect you. You grown adults need the government to protect you. So our government's going to prevent you from all of these opportunities, all of them. So if you don't learn how to use a VPN and figure out ways to get a hold of the good coins when they first launch, by the time that you can buy them on Coinbase, you will be the bag holder. 100% fact. Almost everything by the time it launched on Coinbase pumped 10%. The people at Coinbase working there were insider trading it before it even launched. They pumped price up. Then when it launched on Coinbase, they all sell. While everybody's dumbass runs over there and buys it because it's on Coinbase, it's on Coinbase. Yeah, we short shit that gets launched on Coinbase. We just wait a few minutes. So you're definitely gonna want to get yourself the ability to interact. 85%, let's go, baby. Yes, sir. If you get close to Detroit River, you can pull a Canadian IP address. That is true, my friend. That is very true. That is very true. That's where I go. I swing over to Canada and trade. Mine float to Ontario. Sometimes I'm about 30 minutes from there. No shit. Oh, that's badass. Yeah, I think Canada, part of Canada, I used to connect to Canada and use Bybit, but you can't use it in Canada. In certain parts of Canada. I don't know. You guys got it. It's weird over there. Gabe says BIF. It's the next soul meme. Let's do it, baby. What you got? BIF. Oh, it's a bonk with a hat. A bonk with a hat. Oh boy, here we go. Oh boy, what's the website on that one? Shield if you got it. This is a little bit different than the LFA streams, isn't it, Amanda? This is what I was used to before I came over there. Bonk on Solana. Bonk, what the hell is this shitcoin? They even got a website? Nope, they just got X. Oh, they do got a website. Oh, it's just a Twitter website. No, that's not the one I wanted. Bonk with a hat. What the hell is a bonk? Bitcoin Soul. Bonk with a hat. Follow. Man, you assholes. You're doing it to me again. I don't have a Solana wallet set up over here yet. Sean was just sending me coins to get in on too. I'm gonna have to get a Solana wallet set up over here. What wallet are you guys using on Solana? Bon, is it Bonk? What is it? BONK? It's not Bonk. What am I calling it? Am I even saying it right? That would be like me, wouldn't it? What's it called? Bonk. Bonk with a hat. Bonk with a hat. Am I saying that wrong? It's not bonk? Well, Biff token. Phantom. Everybody's still using Phantom? What the fuck? I thought that thing was done. Ah, Bonk was a video game. Okay. Yeah, shorting new coins on Bonk with a hat. Oh boy. Dog with a hat. C sharp, buy now. And you get nothing. Just a dog with a hat. If I don't fucking buy this fucker and it does a 2000x, I'm going full Kelly. If I just cashed out everything I owned in my portfolio and just bought this coin, and then it went up and did 100x, that would be some gangster ass shit, wouldn't it? Soul Flare, says my man Gabe. Soul Flare. What's the ticker on that? Flare? Drop the ticker for me if you can on those. Oh, Soul Flare is the wallet. Gotcha, Gabe. Yeah, I might have to... Yeah, man, that after what happened with Phantom and they were broadcasting our keys out to the network, that's kind of scary shit. Like, what in the hell do they even have your keys for in the first place? I mean, maybe they need them, but I don't know. Tanner, you're better at coding than me. How the fuck was that happening? Need change dispersal tool and auto balance your money to all chains. Watch it. I can't play the audio on here, or I would watch it. I had to download that first video first. Let me watch coins for Mr. K. And then, where's there a video at? You got a YouTube video from Bonk with a hat? Send it over. We'll watch it right after this one. So this is Coin, K-O-I-N-S from Mr. K.
Imagine you had to pay even 1 cent every time you visited a website. Do you think the internet would have taken off? Well, we don't either, which is why we invented the Mana system, which makes Coinos the first and only free-to-use blockchain. It's natural to think that holding a token like ETH, BTC, or Sol makes you an owner of those platforms. But if you were an owner, you would have a right to use them forever, but you don't. You just have the right to spend those tokens down as you use the network, which isn't much of a right at all. On Coinos, the coin token works exactly like you think it should. Holding coin gives you a perpetual right to use the network thanks to the novel Mana system. The more coin you hold, the more free usage forever. Simple. The way it works is that every coin token contains 1 mana. When you use the blockchain, some of your mana is consumed, but it regenerates in 5 days. Though it's even better than that, because if you only use a small percentage of your mana, it can regenerate even faster. We're talking hours or even minutes. You can also share your mana with people who have no tokens at all, which is what enables Coinos to deliver that familiar, free-to-use experience that we get from the internet without forcing developers to pay the fees, because remember, there are no fees. So for the first time ever, developers can onboard users and allow them to use the blockchain without first making them jump through the hoops of understanding and buying a cryptocurrency, which is going to weed out the vast majority of mainstream users. And that's why we don't have mainstream adoption of crypto and blockchain. So Coin has real utility. It gives you ownership over a certain amount of the network's resources, a right which you can share with others. Coinos doesn't force you to pay ever-changing fees all the time, and it does all of this while preventing people from abusing the network. That's the beauty of the Mana system. Another way to think of it is that because you never have to part with your coin, and it gives you the right to a certain amount of the network's resources, this frees you and every other coin holder to focus on what matters, making Koinos more valuable and an even greater force for good. Imagine you had to pay
You know, somebody get me an interview with this guy, right? Anybody. If you guys have got in contact with him, I'll interview him in a heartbeat. I'm actually interested in that. I'm not interested to buy it like that. I just want to hear more about the technology behind it. You know, because it's kind of the skin in the game theory. Thanks, Blue. You know. Yeah, I'll bring him on live, absolutely. If somebody get me in contact with him, I'd love to interview him and hear more about that product. It's just one of those things that's got such a low market cap. If they have any team behind it whatsoever, you know, that's a bar tab shot right there. You don't go out to the bar this weekend. You throw your strip club money at it, and don't put a girl through college next weekend, and you know, buy yourself some Koinos. Mr. Case, I've been looking at the product for a bit. Not in yet. If I can learn more, I want in. I would love to learn more. I want to hear about the skin in the game theory. How are you gonna, you know, the purpose of spending money or needing to pay a transaction is because that's what you're doing. You're securing the network. So how do you secure the network on Mana? That's what I really want to know, right? Because then if you take away from the decentralized aspect, then you don't really need a blockchain. But you never know. Scroll the 8 ball. Yeah, should we buy Mana?
Absolutely, 100%.
You heard the man. You heard the man, Blue. Gosh damn, I love that 8 ball, Blue. That's probably one of the best gifts I've ever got, my friend.
You are fake news.
I like this one too. I was using this one on LFA today. Appreciate it, Blue. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, folks. All right, folks, it is that time. It is 11 o'clock over here on the Ryan Matta Show. Thank you all so much for sticking with us today. We greatly appreciate you. Everybody that swung over to the new channel, followed us over here on Rumble, hit that subscribe button, share this content with your friends. Anybody that's looking to get into crypto, specifically Bitcoin, send them our way. We will orange pill the shit out of them, along with pink pilling, along with blue pilling, along with probably talking them into, or they'll probably watch me do some degenerate shit. They'll probably watch me make some money. And then they'll probably kind of run in and do it and lose a lot of money. That's why I tell you guys just to buy Bitcoin, folks. It is the future. It is freedom. The amount of Bitcoin you own today will dictate the amount of freedom that you have 4 or 5 years from now. Trump 2024, baby. Ultra MAGA. You guys know me. Anybody that's not ultra MAGA right now, I mean, I think you're the problem with this country. So if you ain't ultra MAGA, click of a button, baby. Ultra MAGA, folks. God bless you. Smash that like button on your way out the door, folks. Help me pump the algorithm and stick it to the deep state bastards who are doing everything that they can to try to prevent this content from making it to the masses. God bless you. Swing over to Mike Lindell's MyPillow, folks. Support this channel. Support the sponsors that keep the lights on over here on the Ryan Matta Show. God bless you guys all, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Run.